Hello everyone, thank you for joining me here on my YouTube channel that I barely ever use. This is a first for me, so bear with me. Thanks for coming on the YouTube Fodder Hop, and thank you for adding me, Tiffany. This is an amazing opportunity. So I'm just gonna talk through. Here's the paint rags that Wendy told us to save early on in the series, and you'll see later where they're used. They're beautiful and amazing, stained and marked and so fun. And here are some other fabrics that are dyed or painted or stained. Projects, journals, collages, cards, and this is just a quick swipe with colored gesso. And these are bits of gorgeous lace that I've been collecting and stashing for years, and it was so fun to find this amazing way to use them in a whole bunch of projects. They'll actually just tear apart. They've become colored and stiffened, and some of them are left natural. But oh my word, they're so pretty and so fun. And this way they're not delicate and scary to use anymore. They're stabilized. All different styles. And while you're making them into this stiffened lace and linen, you use them to stain papers. So they have a double use. Here's a zine, which is really fun, and just with strips of fodder. And I had to make a bunch because they're so easy and fun. I could never make just one of anything. I always have to way overdo it. So here's a bunch of the paper we prepared, stained fabrics, dyed. These are jelly plate transfers or monoprints, and the sky's the limit. It's just a ball. All the layering, and so a lot of these are just copy paper, some are sulfite paper, old book pages, old music, and some of them are half sheet, a whole sheet of half sheet mailing labels, so they're actually stickers already, so they can be cut and torn and used in pieces, and they're already ready to stick. This was a mistake, but it's really cool. Looks like some kind of animal print. Numbers that I cut out, pink and brown, I love it. So all of those words and all of this can be just cut apart and used individually. This was big old buttons used and pressed into the paint to make these impressions. That was fun. I got really into gold, mystery writing, just an old photo, a Xerox copy. And this was really fun, making prints of the paintbrushes with the layers and grunge. Super fun. So be sure to check in the comments and follow the Shop Hop, and I'll also put links to my Instagram and my Etsy. I always overdo, so I have way too much of all of this, and I will be selling packs of of all of this yummy fodder in my Etsy shop. Just more storage of what we've done. Layers, piles, yumminess, plans. This is the fodder keeper. This was the class. And we just repurposed things to create this book that holds all these tiny bits so they're at your fingertips. We learned a lot of watercoloring, florals, and greenery, and things like that, so they're all easily stored, easy to see, easy to find. This could be a little more organized, but it's kind of grouped together. So the pages have little tabs so that you can open each little section and store your goodies. I used to be terrified of watercolor, but now I'm adoring it. Super fun to watercolor on old book pages, and then fussy cut everything. It's very relaxing after you've done a lot of painting, and then you have them all ready to put right into your projects. Journals, cards, assemblages, collages. And there are fun tabs at the tops and sides. I love to collect the cute old Reader's Digest condensed books for repurposing. So these are little collage assemblages, and they're small, so they can go in journals or make them into cards or tuck them into a gift. Just anything you want to do with them. It's so fun to use all of the fodder and make these little collages. And I love using the Tim Holtz people. I like to take a soft sanding block or even an emery board and just sand the edges a little bit and give them a little bit of grunge and age. I also love the Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher, the stapler. It has these adorable tiny little staples, and it can reach pretty far over the edges of things, so it's super handy. So those are amulets, collages. That was a ball using all of our prepared papers and goodies. This is under paper, so whenever you're doing a project, save the paper from underneath. It becomes a work of art if you understand fodder and assemblage and collage and altered books. So mystery writing was a ball. It's not meant to be read or understood, as you know, but I loved using different tools, and I'm always listening to music, so I just use the words to the songs that we're playing because they're always super meaningful and good. This one is a resist method, so it's kind of a mystery what you're going to get until you apply the paint, and it became beautiful. So all of the instructors all year long were amazing, and all of the bonus lessons, it was like the gift that kept on giving. It was far beyond the value was far beyond the cost. I just love it. These are tissue traps. Super crunchy and layers and kind of translucent. And that flower right there in the pink is made with hot glue. So you can squeeze out and draw with hot glue and then use those as masks. It was really fun also to use the pattern tissues. They're the perfect weight, I think. And it makes such a really neat feeling paper. So these will all come apart and go into projects. Or be sold in my Etsy shop. These are more of the little collage pieces, clusters that can be used anywhere for anything. It's so amazing how every little piece that you take out of a big fodder project page or some creation just becomes the perfect little bit to combine with other bits and just make these wonderful assemblages. So this is a pile of things I'm collecting to start to make a whole bunch of the journals or the altered books, and they're all going to be neutral because I feel like I always overdo with all the color and craziness, and so I just have had an urge to make a bunch that will just be soft and dreamy and neutral, and this is a beautiful dresser scarf. It's very vintage and it's embroidered with such pretty patterns. And so this will come apart and become covers or pages or elements in those neutral journals. And I just love thrifting for amazing old fabrics, in old clothing, old, bed linens, old tablecloths, hand towels. The fabric used to be amazing. Linens, cottons, and they all take the dyes and paints and coloring really beautifully. So it's really fun to be using my stash, my collection. So some of them are just their natural state of age, which is beautiful. And these are torn pieces of a tablecloth that still have their crocheted edge. Just have a little gesso and they're ready to be pages in a book. So there will be a lot more of those. And it's so fun to have it to look forward to. And I believe there will be a lot of these in my Etsy shop. So these are just little clusters of fodder and a little quote or statement or a little bit of encouragement that I used in a lot of the collages or assemblages And they're just meaningful to me, things that I love, things that helped me make it through this year. And thank goodness for the Fodder projects to keep on keeping on and creating beauty. So if you're still with me this far, thank you for coming along. It's been a fun thing to go through the list of classes and pull out each project and see what we accomplished. It's been great. So just a few more ideas for creating fodder bits, and pieces and parts. And these aren't done yet. And this is a master page that has all kinds of goodness on it to use up. So this is my last little bit, and this is the last project that I have finished so far, and it was Wendy's journal in the August class. And you can see that that paint rag is a lot of this. So that was fun. I took one of the paint rags from the year, which she forewarned us to start saving, and embellished them a bunch more with marks and different things, and then they became some of these pages, and also pages that were those master pages. And then I wanted some plain pages, so I added some more. And when I looked at it, when I was all done, it all seemed a little bit dark and too busy. It still kind of does, but I went over each page with a really light brush coat of gesso, and it really helped soften it and lighten it up a lot. I'm not even sure what I'll use this for, or if it's finished, or if I will just sell it in my Etsy shop with a bunch of others. But it was really fun. I put a tab on each page because it makes them a whole lot easier to turn, since they're all kind of uneven, which is delicious. So the whole thing has been, the whole year has been amazing. And I thank you all of you instructors. And I thank each of you that joined me for this little YouTube Hop Fodder tour. Be sure to check in the description for the rest of them.